Greetings, Earth, back with another video. As I'm traveling back and forth to United States and to my city, the city that I was born in, right now it's very clear to me, and I can draw my future, where I'm supposed to be, where I'm gonna be. It will all depend on me. Brazilians, they set up my life for failure. I said there in many videos, these people, they studied my entire self. They studied the cells of my body. They study my routines. They study my past. They study my everyday routine when they set me up onto cigarettes, alcohol, and all kind of things to keep monitoring me. Now they monitorize my everyday at the restroom on my physiological needs. They block my basic needs. They quit church. They do church privately. If I would join a church right now, they would create a situation to push me out. A pastor will get express orders come from upper the hierarchy of the world, will tell this guy to go out and preach, tell this guy not to stay in church, tell this guy to go find other people. They're always pushing me around to stay at the street. They don't want me in the house. They want me as a homeless, to get me killed or to murder me, or they are trying to break into my life in certain ways to push me to become crazy enough to worship them as rich as God's itself. They use their children to piss me off 24/7. They make their children very annoying. They find out that I used to worship children as cute. I used to find children really cute, but they broke the pattern so that children could annoy me, and there's nothing I can do. I can't just go around killing everybody, even though I wish to do that. I would love to do that. Now I totally understand why men, very intellectual, smart men, spend their entire lives trying to create atomic bombs and trying to create disease to murder a lot of people. Now I understand. Just an example for you to understand what I'm talking about. I remember back in the days when I was very young, I used to see Brazilians going through war with each other. I never understood. I was a child. They used to go up in their houses and they used to poise the box that each house has for the water house box. They used to go up there, hidden themselves and pour and put things there, acid, whatever poison that they could. And then the poison would spread the entire neighborhood. It would kill a lot of people. They used to do all kind of things. I could sit here and tell you the evil that I seen Brazilians do to each other, and how nasty a human being can become, like Brazilians. I don't think you can trash India. You can make Africa become the most evil, sex explicit, and have sex with animals, whatever they want it to be. Like Ethiopia, live around people like going extremely hungry, like skeletons, like crawling in the ground. It doesn't matter. You will never reach how evil Brazilians can be. I seen them. I lived around them. I know who they are. I have no idea why I'm still alive. There must be a lot of good spirits that fight for my life out there, because Brazilians, they are black. They do black magic. They do candomblé. At the time when we are reading books, we're trying to get better, reach out for civilization. They are in some caves doing black magic. They're doing voodoo. They're studying what each of us will do. They study what they can do against us. They studying our family's binary, financial binary. They studying the cornering. They're trying to corner us in all kind of things, all kind of ways to try to block us from reach anything. Will Smith, he flows around our city because it's like a toy for him. He's like a free willy. Brazil is like a free willy. They're like a giant in Brazil. Brazil, there is no leaders. There is no leader in the world. The world leaders, they are clones of my father, and they customize that with cynicism and sarcasm. Usually, you just make faces with your changes with your face, and then you acknowledge homosexuality, or you doubt men's sexuality, or you try to dig on men's sexuality's history and so forth. They play with the wrong ways of men should lecture each other to help each other, but they play with that in the wrong way because they want to puzzle and mess with it. Whatever leader, like potential leader that will be born and raised up in United States, whatever, they will corrupt him. They will threaten his family and him or whatever to become just like them and to join in this gay it's not that homosexuality and like LGBT, the gay people that live gay lives. No, it's straight men that they are gay inside their interior selves. They're gays, but they were born and they grow up with taboos of their families. In the past, they could not even fart, they would be judged. They could not go out without suits, they would be judged. They had to go, if you go in the bakery, you had to wear a suit and be all nice and clean and neat and neat. That's how they used to be. So now that life is this chaos and we live in the Babylon and no one pay attention, no one cares, and there's no authorities that will fix the world. This old man, they're having a blast. They're living in heaven. They can be gay, they can be bisexuals, they can pretend to be doing politicians, but they are not. They're comedy people. They're doing comedy because you cannot surpass them in political areas. So that's why they make fun of you, because you cannot surpass them nor on comedy nor in politicians. Then they use what I'm saying against myself because I can't surpass them either, not yet. And also I don't make any effort to, because why would I surpass them or even try? I don't want to be around them. I don't feel good around them. I don't feel good around most of these people because they're not legit. They're not truthful to anyone. The only thing they do is trespass my bottom. They are constantly putting gay children, bisexual children, and annoying children that have they lack a father. And these children see a father in me, and they are trying to shape up their fathers into me or my father. My father is a very cold man. He doesn't really interact with me. We don't talk. I love the man. He's my father. I don't have anything against him. I doubt that he ever done anything bad against me. If he did, he will pay someday in hell, in heaven, whatever, wherever he goes. But probably he will die. We're not gonna ever talk. So society used those things against us. Brazilians and South Americans and third world countries, they do not know those strategies that United States and other, snobs use against poverty. So that's why keep poverty, stay poverty, and snobs will always be snobs, and they call them burgueses. I prefer to call them VIP. So anyways, I think that life or earth, not that you ask, not that you're interested, but I expect you to watch my video and consider the things I'm saying. Maybe we can get into agreement and then we both can help each other, not to bug each other, maybe just you like to do the devil's work, you're doing the devil's work wrong. That's not what the devil is supposed to be doing, what you do. Just annoying me 24/7 with your gay children that we will never spend time together. I don't know why you waste your time. Children, your husbands, your sons, your teenagers, your grown adult men, you're all bunch of piece of shit. You just stay hiding in your pombal. This is not a house. This is a pombal. You do not have a home. This is not a home. We both know this is not home. Home is a place where you can walk with your dog. If you don't have money for the food of your dog, your neighbor will borrow you, will lend you, will borrow from you, will lend it to you. You will not care about little things like you not see on TV men killing each other because $7, 25 cents, killing each other because of 25 cents. Men do that. That's not home. Home is when you can leave your door open. When I was in the United States, I had a convertible before. I think you should mind your business. Every time I talk about cars, you dig onto my private life. what I did, what I did not do. It's all your fault, all your setup. And I can't believe that you fucking assholes, you have the guts to talk about bills to me after you stole 10 years from me in the United States. You stole another 10 years from me in Brazil. We both know that this 10 years, 20 years, whatever years that you steal from single men, it's a part of a novella. It's a part of organized crime that you do, and you probably will, you will repeat. That's why I record the videos, because when the man comes, and he will come, he will see this. He will reach out for evidence. He'll be like, oh, okay, everyone's go through this, because life is not supposed to be this way. But you assholes from organized crime and fake politicals, you all doing this. You're making a dilemma for every man that is born. We both know, if you study, you will know. I won't be spoiling, because I don't think they deserve. But you know, you're gonna do what your psychic books. Let's not put psychics into this. Let's put your psychopath into this, because you all psychopath, not psychic. Psychic will kind of give you tips about the future. Your psychopath will do the wrong things. I think that you will repeat what you did to me against a lot of people. You're trying to shape up my father into like a strong, like, my father is Thanos. You know Thanos from Marvel? That's my father right there. You got it. You reached that 1%, 100% of who my father is supposed to be. Thanos. That's what you're shaping off. You have to be gigantic, because you want to feed the porn industry of your freak people. You know why your women always have the need of huge dicks? It's because they do so much like pornography that it's like smoking cigarettes, or having like a weed joint. You smoke one time, you get hella crazy. You feel the substance. But if you do too much, there will be a time that you won't feel anymore. That's how your women do. So if you don't have like a specific marriage, it doesn't matter. For example, let's say when I'm caring about my wedding or my marriage, even though if I cheated or not, I have to deal with this with my own wife. It's none of your people's business. But you turn that into a TV show, so now I don't give a fuck. I won't care either about cursing and either. But you know why I'm worrying about me and my wife and when I used to have one, our private life. You're exposing your fake marriage on internet. Couples that have swing times with other couples that bring third person to their homes at Thursdays and Wednesdays. Each time one person of each person of that couple have the rights to go and do someone different. I don't see that way. I know I'm kind of selfish and kind of macho man about that. I don't think that only men can cheat and women cannot. I think that what I find out about marriage is that it get old a little bit. A woman, she start perfect, then media and politicians start following her and start communicating with her behind the man's back. Then that's when the conspiracies start. You must, for example, myself, I did not know United States, the fake governments and police and organized crime used to stalk us and assume men's thoughts. And then we get separated from society, and every single movement and action that we do, it comes from a stranger or a spy thought suggestion. If you do not know the existence of those spies, you will end up doing those things. Let's say cheating or killing someone or doing an act that you know it's not from you, but you will do because you don't know anything about your thoughts or where that come from, where it's supposed to come from. You don't know your roots, so you do those thought suggestions. That's how the system works. That's why men cheated before. Before I or any other person expose the government or the police or the organized crime, that you assume our thoughts, and our thoughts is a natural thought provoking from different people, children, and all type of nasty, obnoxious people out there. You used to do things. You used to do softwares for some software. You used to. I remember. I will not waste my video teach you about software, what you really are about. But just to finish up with my video, I just think that you're such a piece of shit and you try to shove that into our throat by by creating new characters. Every single thing about our body you expose. You're so nasty, you're so evil, you're so like disgusting. The only word I have for you Brazilians and fake news and some of the United States is that you are cunt. You are literally a cunt. That's the cunt word for you. You perfect fit the word cunt. Can you imagine me every day I wake up when I turn on the YouTube? There you go. You take your time to make videos about me and my ex-wife, a person I don't see for 10 years, a person that I used to be a dear to me, but now I don't know when it's her, when it's the Craigslist, or is São Paulo organized crime cloning her vocabulary and trying to get to me. I don't know. I know now for a fact that life, it is the Bible. And then you get guys that have faith like myself. I used to have a strong faith, but like a childish faith. Then you're like, oh, let's break this guy because he had faith. So God will look for him. Then you broke me first. Now that I'm like all broke, I have no social activity, I have no friends, you destroyed my entire life, I have no job, no ways to get jobs. Every job I get, society will specifically put a better guy there for me waiting to take the part. Whatever car that show up is cheap, you will make bills for me so that I don't have the money for that time. Whatever job, whatever career that I try to attempt, you make a mass of phenomena in the world so that you make kings of that career just so that I don't attempt. Whenever I try to become an intellectual, you bring male models just so that I can give up. You living for myself. It's like at first when I first saw this, I'm like, okay, the government is trying to communicate with me, right? First I ran, then I thought maybe it's Obama. I'm thinking to myself, look, maybe he thought I disrespect him because when I was in Miami, I was struggling with the cigarettes. And then he came across my mind a couple of times and I thought to myself, who is this guy, Obama? Who is it? As I said previously, I thought he was a designer. I'm like, maybe he's... Because a lot of people know that I like designs like houses and decoration and things like that. I thought he was a designer or something like that. Only a way later I researched it for him. Then Trump came along, Obama, and I'm like, who are those guys? I thought there was only Kennedy and then President Bush, his father, and all that. I did not know anything about Bush and President Trump or Obama or anything. I thought it was only Bush and his father and back to the George Washington and Abraham Lincoln and all that. I did not know anything about new presidents. So I got confused. But for me, it's an organized crime. They are all bunch of fake presidents. They are actually presidents. They voted for them, but it's all scam. It's all set up, just like Brazil is. The politicians is set up. It's a computer set up. They choose who's gonna win. They already knew who was going to win. They actually, in my opinion, not that you ask, but I'm saying because I'm making a video and I think it's important to bring that up to the invisible table. I think that they buy the presidency before we are even born. For example, right now as we speak, they are already arranging the new presidents that will come later on. Whatever I read on my own books, on my own studies, trying to get my PhD on something which is almost impossible because there's always interruptions. And I'm always stopped to try another 6 months from later. And they're already making comedies from whenever I get 50 years old and do when I have a career. And they are making fun. They already have TV shows that make fun of me trying to live in the jungle. They're already living. They are TV, organized crime in the United States. They already lived 5 times, 10 times what the possibilities of my survival. They are constantly try to get me in trouble so that I have to go to go to jail, because in jail there's a lot of teenagers and kids love to get men related to jail so that they can torture from distance. Children, they get butthole reactions when they torture men. They are single and are locked up either in their houses. For example, myself, I cannot have a witness to sue Brazilians, annoying children and fake neighbors, people that are just gold diggers. They're just here in my privacy to gold digger. You see, every movement that I do, it's related to something. If I do like this, the Brazilian, they call submundo, submundo, S-U-B, mundo, M-U-D-O, N-D-O, mundo, like sub world, that there are deep webs or whatever these people might hang out to talk about me and black magic and a free porn industry where they fuck children, they fuck their mothers, everything that they do in their sub worlds, they try to apply on me. Those many times I felt, I had experience with siblings and family, and then I thought to myself, oh, this person is not in their own self. There's something else driving it. Even they either like blackmailing them to do and say things that they do and say, or they are completely hypnotized. I remember when I was a smoker, I remember I could almost touch the hypnosis thing. Brazilians and Americans and the whole organized crime that took place in San Francisco, California, and Minas Gerais, where I'm standing right now, they always try to excuse their it's been 41 years that they've been living off of what they did against me. Their excuse is my bottom. Every single detail about my body, it has been connect and has been precise with United States organized crime and Brazilian organized crime. I remember that I had hemorrhoids when I was in the United States, unfortunately, and I know my body very well. I know now I can really 100% affirm, but I'm sure that even that was manipulated. They manipulate everything. My teeth, by every single inches of my teeth, my mouth, everything, it's on record of Brazilian organized crime, fake medical systems. They stole from me, my mother, like maybe, I think it's like, let me say, maybe $20,000, maybe 20,000 reais, and they haven't done anything on my mouth. As I'm speaking right now, they're trying to trick me to open my mouth and show my mouth. So my ex-wife, she's like, now I believe she's in the organized crime as well. She's sitting on some safe room with fake politics, rappers, maybe people that have been fucking her around, and some fake police from the organized crime army. The armies, they stand up above us and they watch us 24/7. Those are the men that will be shaking regular men's marriages, just like they did to mine with Gina, and took Gina to took her first to a Mexican bar. That was a strip bar, I think. I kissed her for the last time and then I took off. I thought I lost Gina. Actually, Gina, I didn't give, I own a lot of apologies to Gina. I didn't give her like the best apology yet. My ex-wife, for me, she's always going to be dear to me. I don't know what she's doing right now, but I think she got hypnotized also. I think, in my opinion, they took Gina, and Gina was set to have a family, but it wasn't me. I think she was wearing a Jew, otherwise she would had become pregnant already. I think the whole system of San Francisco was a setup for 10 years. I think that the Trump or whoever was running that thing said, oh, there's this guy, he's very special. We don't want to wake him yet. We want to wake him after he's gone. So you guys can do whatever you want. Buy houses, get free cars, get motorcycle, fuck each other. They opened the Craigslist. Man was fucking him, children, fucking animals. They were like having swing couples, and then Guto came along. His name has to be Gutenberg. Then he has to look exactly like Will Smith, and all this coincidence. And then Gary Wachter, the man has to look exactly like, Bruce Janet. And then I did not know about I only knew Bruce Janet from the miniseries that I used to watch. And then his partner has to be exactly like a guy that used to own a gym next to my house. Eventually he got mad at me, and we were he was always nice guy, and then all of a sudden he broke the friendship with me. All the specific little details that now I know was a setup. Not to mention that my ignorance to know that, maybe Gary, he run the whole place because United States is all Dutch. It's all orange. The whole United States is orange. I did not know. That's why it's good for us to know the kingdom of heaven before you start talking. I did not know. I did not know much about American culture. I would do every single thing I would do different. If I could go back on time right this second, I would appear in Gary's house, would be his roommate, try to get a serious job, would help him with his houses, try to multiply those houses. I would try to join in on construction. I think I lost the time for the lottery, but by considering God's and the Lord, which I have a lot of curiosity still, I'm still having a conversation with Him daily, even though I'm being attacked by so many demons. I would love to find out how the Lord does what He does. Is that a spirit? Is that a many people giving the commands to my brain and my cortex, body respond automatically so precisely? I doubt it. I don't know. If it's that, so I might be considered a major on NASA. I'm not supposed to be sitting here doing nothing. Take care.